everybody, Garrett back here. What I want to talk about today is Zack Snyder's newest movie, Army of the Dead. Now, I decided to check this out the other night, and honestly, I had zero expectations going into this. I hadn't seen a trailer at all. I kind of stayed away from it. The only thing I knew that Dave Bautista was the lead, and it was about zombies. So I started to record a review right after I watched it on Sunday. I was halfway through the review, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to sleep on this and not post this up. Because, I don't know, I was just really kind of aggravated at that time. And I don't want this channel to be a channel where I'm going to rant about things or talk too much about things I don't like. But I figured I just want to put my 2 cents out there because the feeling that I get is I'm in the minority here of the people that actually, didn't enjoy this movie too much. It got a lot of hype. There was a lot of steam behind it. And I just don't really understand why. I was hoping to sit down and put this thing on, have a little bit of fun, and see, something original. And to be honest, it wasn't at all. I had felt like I had seen this movie about 10 different times already in my life. Zack Snyder was the person behind the Dawn of the Dead remake, which I actually really enjoyed. So kind of knowing that, I thought, oh, wow, this is going to be pretty cool. Now, my backstory with Zack Snyder is I'm not really a big fan of his. I was a big fan of the Dawn of the Dead. I like The Watchmen, but that pretty much ends it from there. I am not a superhero guy as far as the movies. I liked superheroes growing up, but I can't get into all these new movies. Marvel and DC both. I've tried, and I just feel like almost every time I try to get into it, I get very disappointed. I feel like the stories are lacking. I feel like it's super heavy on the CGI, which I guess I understand because it is superhero movies and you kind of have to, but I'm very old school and I'm just not a big fan of CGI, especially when things are just overdone. And that's why I just can't get into those kind of movies. And to me, this felt like a Zack Snyder superhero movie where we threw some zombies in. So to me already, watching that movie, I was just already really taken out of it. As soon as I started how this thing was kind of unraveling, it just really reminded me of, Justice League or Suicide Squad or things like that, where it's just not my thing. And I just feel like we're getting just so force-fed all these, superhero movies that it's almost like, hey, let's do it in a different way now. Let's make this horror, right? And let's put movies like this out, which again is the exact same stuff we've been getting when it comes to the superhero movies, except now we just have some zombies in the mix. Now, like I said, this is something that I feel like was just not original at all. I felt like I had seen this many times before. Things like, 30 Days a Night, even Return of the Living Dead, I Am Legend. These are all movies that this reminded me of. Even things like Resident Evil. Like, I feel like I've seen this kind of movie before. There was nothing in here that I felt was original. There was like CGI animals that looked worse than movies that came out in like the 90s. There was things in it like zombies having babies. There was zombies on horses. There was, zombies with Phantom of the Paradise masks on. Like, there was King and Queen zombies. I don't want to get into spoilers or anything with this review, but these are just the things that I'm kind of watching and being like, what is going on here? And the fact that it's getting hyped and saying how cool this is and how fun this is and how great this is, like, in my opinion, it's kind of like, compared to what? Compared to what? Are we that deprived in this day and age where we look at stuff like this and be like, oh, well, because we don't get anything else good, this is great, right? So, and that's kind of how I feel things are nowadays, is sometimes, things are put on a pedestal because we're kind of deprived from things that are actually really clever or unique. I will tell you this, the opening credit scene was the best thing of this movie. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was really cool. My only issue is as cool as it was, and it was kind of a little bit schlocky in a way, it really didn't set up the tone of this movie really well. After watching that beginning, I thought the tone of this movie was almost going to be a little comedic. Like, I wasn't sure if it was going to take itself serious, almost kind of like a Zombieland in a way. But the thing was, it did take itself serious. It almost took itself too serious based on the concept. Yeah, I just had a real tough time with this one. I was super bored. It was a long run time. It was about 2.5 hours. I was bored for the majority of this thing. I felt Dave Bautista did a pretty damn good job as a lead for what he was given. There was a lot of characters in here, but I feel like they didn't really spend enough time on them, and you're talking about a 2.5 hour movie. As soon as you start to like learn about one, then another one comes in or they're gone or whatever it may be. I just feel like the story and learning these characters just wasn't there. Again, I don't like a lot of great movies. I have a Mac and Me poster hanging up over there, so I can't say like, oh, I know everything or I love great movies. I like a lot of stupid movies, but they're stupid in different ways, in my opinion. And this, to me, just has no replay value at all. I own a lot of movies. I own Blu-rays, DVDs, multiple copies of certain things. And, I just don't think this is something I would ever watch again, nor buy to add to my collection. If I have to give it a rad or a bad, I'm going to have to say bad on this. So if you haven't checked out my stuff, feel free to scroll through. Please like and subscribe. I have a bunch of different things coming. I've talked about this before. I've got some other movie reviews coming. I have a Vinegar Syndrome live buying going on this Thursday or this Friday at 12 a.m. Me and Wes from deadpit.com are going to go our annual Vinegar Syndrome sale live buying. So come and hang out in the chat with us. We'll chat along and maybe you guys can kind of buy some stuff with us. And I also have some rad recommendations coming up as well and a couple movie reviews. So again, guys, like, subscribe. Let me know down below what you think of it. Am I in the minority here? Did anybody else kind of feel the same way? Are we just kind of deprived from good stuff? Again, I do like current movies, but it depends. Like, I'm more or less current. I more or less like to hang in the horror genre. So things like Hereditary, Midsommar. I even loved Us, and I know that kind of gets mixed reviews as well. But yeah, let me know, guys, down below what you guys think, and I'll keep you posted on some new content. And like always, stay rad.